Welcome to Cruising with the 4Bs. Today we're diving into the 8 amazing Mediterranean ports we visited this summer, and we'll also show you what we did on previous cruises. From Barcelona, Palma, Cadiz to others across the Med, we'll cover buses, shuttles, taxis, walking distances, and the top attractions you can't miss. It's everything you need to hit the ground running. Now it's time to hand over to Tom as we head to our first port, La Coruña.
In 2024, it had over 140 cruise ship visits, with 150,000 cruise ship visitors. It's a natural stopover. The other side of the Bay of Biscay, transatlantic stop here, cruises down to the Mediterranean and short cruises from Southampton. The cruise port is in the centre of the town, so no need for a shuttle bus. Just stroll off and then you're in to the streets, full of restaurants, bars, shops and some unusual statues which are definitely worth seeing. Head to the main square for a nice drink. TripAdvisor, the top 3 of attractions, and it's at the top is the Tower of Hercules. We visited here a couple of years ago in 2023. It is around a 27-minute stroll. Some of it is quite steep, so do watch out as you head towards the tower. This tower is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built by the Romans, it's still a lighthouse. It's the oldest working in the world. With 234 steps, it's 180 foot tall. The entrance fee won't break the bank and it offers some stunning views. I highly recommend, if you've not been to La Coruña before, heading to the Tower of Hercules. Let's move on to our second port of call, which was the port of Cadiz. The great thing about Cadiz, like La Coruña, it is in the centre of town and most things are walkable. But if you don't want to be walking, there is a great bus service. We headed on bus number 2. The bus stop, as you can see, is directly opposite the cruise terminal, just literally a stroll across. The other bus stops are a little walk away. You'll see this in the far end of the video here, but literally 30 seconds away. This map will demonstrate it. Number 2 takes you to the city beach, 5 stops, and the number 1 will take you on the outskirts of town and also to the slightly larger beach, which has more restaurants and bars. But this beach was perfectly fine for us. Number 2 dropped us off. You can also head on to the open top bus. This is pre-bookable. You can book it on the bus at around €26 per person, €100 for a family of 4. We didn't think this was worth it, but you can take a look. It does take you to all the attractions, but doesn't get the best of TripAdvisor reviews. This was us taking the bus and then down to the beach. A beautiful beach, a busy beach. This was a Wednesday and it's accessible for wheelchairs. I took a stroll at lunchtime to the main market in town, right in the centre of town. You can't miss it. Surrounded by bars and some great market stalls, fresh fruit, fish, meat. It was just a great Spanish market, definitely worth coming here, even if it's just for a cerveza. I bought some cervezas and headed with some lays to the beach to enjoy the afternoon, heading into the water and me looking a bit like a British tourist with a Spanish can of beer. TripAdvisor top 3, the Torre Tavira is an historic watchtower. €8 advance bookings are advised, and lots of people head also to Seville, which is around an hour and 25 minutes away. That's what we did in Cadiz. It's now time to head through the Straits of Gibraltar to Malaga. Malaga had over 285 cruise ship calls in 2024, over 469,000 cruise ship visitors. It has a terminal building, and outside you've got connections for the excursions on the coaches, taxis to take you to the centre of town. It can take around 20 to 30 minutes to walk to the centre of town, so easily walkable, and the beach is around 10 to 15 minutes away. You've also got, of course, the open top bus, which can be booked or paid for on the bus. The arrows now will show you where the town is and how it is to walk there. You've got the beach, and also if you see the first of the tall white buildings, that's where we picked up the bus. The number 14. So from the ship to there, it was around about a 5-minute walk. Headed on the bus, 6 stops into the centre of town, and centre of town was very obvious. Here is the bus stop in the centre of the city, and we were really impressed with Malaga. It was very tidy, it was a beautiful day with lots of pretty flowers to impress us, and then this was the main street, this kind of canopy over the top which protected you from the sun. Great idea. And off the main street there's a lot of little streets you can head down with lots of bars, restaurants, and just once again a place to saunter. Off one of the side streets was this restaurant, tapas bar. We didn't actually have tapas, we actually had some meals. We got a bit confused with the tapas, but they kept on coming around and offering tapas, and there was also offerings inside which looked delicious. But our food was delicious, a couple of cervezas, it was a wonderful afternoon. Back to the bus, here is the number 14 with the route. It was $1.40 each for the return, so cheap as chips. Dominating Malaga, above it is the Alcazaba, which is an historic fortress which you can head around. Let's take a look at the prices. If you'd like a guided tour, €15. Children at around €6, €7 adults if you just want to make your own way round. As we make our way to our next port of call, may I kindly ask you to do 3 things. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, it lets more people see it. Press the hype button, new for YouTube, and it will hype our video up the charts. And if you enjoy cruise content, it's the subscribe button, it is completely free. As you arrive into our next port, which is Alicante, you can see there was a massive water sports area where you could hire jet skis, etc. And that is the walk to the town. You can see the town to the left, and to the right hand side you can see the beach. Lots of people headed off the ship and decided to walk. There was also a free bus which you'll see, which gets you to the port gates. We were the second ship in on this day. So the other MSC ship had the main terminal, which outside had taxis. Taxis were a bit random from our cruise ship. There was the road train, which parked down by the other ship and didn't stop for hours. So I think it's best if you arrive at the main terminal. There was tuk-tuks as well, which you can negotiate the price, and there is the road train, sadly not stopping for us. But the bus was free, took us directly to the gates, and then it was a 5-minute walk around the corner to this beautiful beach with some amazing waves on that day. It was truly fantastic. We spent most of the day in the sea. Behind the beach there is a lovely promenade, plenty of places to go and get yourself a nice cerveza or a lovely drink and enjoy the views. Pedalo's available when it's less windy, obviously, and less bigger waves. I took the opportunity at lunchtime to go and head to see the sights of Alicante, and it was once again a beautiful city. Very impressed with the promenade, a place where you can relax, take a bite to eat and a drink, or just take in these wonderful fountains. We also found it very tidy and a lovely place to visit. Alicante, then it was back to the roundabout for your free shuttle bus back to the ship. But what has TripAdvisor rated as the best attractions in Alicante? It is the Castello de Santa Barbara, which is a medieval fortress. It is free to head around the grounds, $2.70 if you want to head in the lift, but you can also walk it, but it's quite steep. As we leave Alicante, we head to our next port of call, which is Palma de Mallorca. In 2024, it had just under 500 cruise port calls, with around 1 million passengers heading into the city. We docked in the West Dock. This can accommodate 4 ships, and what you're looking at there is Ada, which is over in the West Wall, which can accommodate 2 ships. We were in port today with Seabourn, which was the closest to the cruise terminal, and also Morella, which was on a turnaround. So to get into the town, you had a couple of choices. You could walk to the terminal and then connect with taxis, which we did. We will show you that shortly. Or you can head on the shuttle bus. MSC's shuttle was £12. It takes you to Cathedral. Here is the ticket, and it was £12. We thought this was a little bit expensive, so we decided to head off the ship and do some walking. First of all, it's up the escalator. This gives you stunning views of the ship. It was a beautiful August day today. This walk took around just over 10 minutes to head to the terminal. Obviously, if you're lucky enough, you're in Revella or Seabourn, you are closer to the terminal. Once you arrive at the terminal, you have a couple of choices. You can head on one of the buses. The bus stop is just in front of the taxis here. Bus line 1 is the one you require with a €2 to €3 fare. Or you can head into one of these taxis. Taxi fare, depending on where you are in the city or where you'd like to go, is between 10 and €20. Ours was €18. On this day, we were heading on the Solaire Railway. It's a beautiful train journey up into the mountains, and you can see a full video of it. We'll link the video at the end of this one. So you can tap on that and see what a beautiful ride it is up into the Mallorcan mountains. On our return, it was some beautiful tapas and some cervezas. We had a late departure here of midnight, so perfect way to spend 18 hours in Palma. The Cathedral de Mallorca is the main attraction in Palma on TripAdvisor. You can head in here for around €10, €18 if you want the rooftop views, and it is a stunning view. Time to depart, a midnight departure from Palma and head to our next destination, which is the fabulous Barcelona. 791 cruise ship calls in 2024. That was 3.65 million passengers. Barcelona is the busiest cruise port in Europe, and we arrived at the brand new MSC terminal, built at a cost of €50 million. It can handle 6,500 passengers at once, and we were really impressed. Take a look, this is the brand new terminal, sparkling new. This is obviously set up for turnaround days, so it was quite quiet and empty inside. Once you step outside, you can connect with the taxis, which will connect you to Barcelona city centre. You can also head on the MSC shuttle bus. This shuttle bus costs £9 per person. Alternatively, one that we've used before is the cruise bus. The cruise bus does head to all of the terminals, but the cost is far cheaper. It is $4.50 for the day, so you can go on this cruise bus as much as you want. A single one-way ticket is €3, so if you're just heading towards the ship on a turnaround day, then this would be the option for you. But it's fast and efficient, and you do save yourself money on the official shuttles that were provided. Depending on the cruise company you arrive in Barcelona with, do check, like P&O do have the select fare. Passengers do get a free shuttle. Saver passengers have to pay. They take you to the same place, and that place is the World Trade Centre, where you can head on to some of the other transport into the city. I'll let you know about that just shortly, but as you can see from the bridge that goes across, the first terminal is A, and then it heads all the way down to the MSC terminal, which is Terminal H. The cruise port bus, as mentioned, does serve all of the terminals. This is the World Trade Centre, where you can connect with buses, and you also connect with the open top bus. There is about 2 or 3 companies, different prices. We would highly recommend it if it's your first trip to Barcelona. You can hop on, hop off, as the name suggests. Let's take a look at whereabouts that we are. So off at the World Trade Centre, where you can have those connections. This is the Christopher Columbus statue. The towers above the Ramblas. The bottom of the Ramblas is here. Drasnus is the metro station nearest to the World Trade Centre. On this day, we did a saunter over past the statue and then to the bottom of La Ramblas. We would always warn in Barcelona, it is rife with pickpockets, so please do keep all of your valuables to the front and only take out what you need. But we do like La Ramblas, it has a great atmosphere. And then we headed on that metro and we headed 5 stops to Passeig de Gracia, apologies to all my Spanish viewers, to check out some shopping for the day. On previous visits, we've gone all the way around Barcelona. We have a couple of videos which will link down in the descriptions below, including our top 10 attractions in Barcelona. The top 10 Sagrada de Familia is at number 1, and we do advise to book before you arrive into Barcelona, but it's one not to miss. We headed back to the ship. There was a bit of a queue, but it went really quickly onto the cruise bus, so no problems there. And then it's back to the terminal. And a look once again at this brand new terminal. Now let's head to a place that welcomed over 750,000 cruise ship passengers in 2024. This is Valencia. Valencia, you arrive at various berths, but all the berths are centred in a commercial port. That means that your cruise company will offer you a complimentary bus out of the commercial port to the port gates. MSC also offered a shuttle at £13 per adult to the city centre of Valencia. I decided to go with the free shuttle bus. They also provide buses for any passengers with special needs. And as you can see, this was the instruction put through your cabin door the night before. So you can either go for the free shuttle, which takes you to the gates, or the paid shuttle, which takes you to the city centre. It did feel like it was a few years on this bus, but it was around 10-15 minutes to head to the gates. And then that will connect you, if you like, to public buses. All the paths have clear instructions and directions to the buses, including bus line number 4, which will connect you to the city centre. I decided on this day to take a walk around 20 to 25 minutes to the beach. This was also the beach that we visited in 2023. The beach has a wonderful promenade to walk up and down and a place to grab a drink or some food. This was us in 2023. And we decided to have lunch out on this day, and we had some beautiful food which you can get from the surrounding restaurants. Valencia Aquarium is number 1 in TripAdvisor. This is situated in the city's Arts and Science building. When we visited with P&O, we did get a free shuttle as we were a select guest. There was also saver guests, which it cost at the time around £4. This may have increased in 2025. This dropped you off right in front of the aquarium in the centre of Valencia, where you also connect with some of the shopping centres and other attractions in Valencia. Let's head through the Straits of Gibraltar once again, but this time we're heading home for our final port of call. We're heading towards Lisbon. Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, and a favourite with cruise passengers. Lisbon had 369 cruise ship arrivals in 2024, ever growing, and so many attractions. We have been to Lisbon a few times and we'll link all the videos below. One of the best things is the cruise port is situated right in the centre of town. Some cruise companies, which we'll show shortly, do provide shuttle buses, but this really is not required. We did a saunter through the streets of Lisbon, taking in all the sights and sounds that this great city offers. One of the highlights, always in Lisbon, is the great Portuguese food. The city centre offers great opportunities to enjoy a drink, local music, and just wander around to check out all the sights, including the fabulous trams and transport links. Once again, it's an aquarium at the top of Lisbon's TripAdvisor places to go. Looking back on previous trips that we've had to Lisbon, they're offering a free shuttle when you're on Cunard, and we headed up to the top here for some fabulous views of the city. This also did bring back memories of our Vernacular ride. Vernacular ride did take you up here for some stunning views across the city. I'm recording this in September 2025, just after the tragic circumstances of the Vernacular crash in Lisbon. So our thoughts go out to all of the families that are involved. When you have such an amazing sail away, like you do at Lisbon, you got to head to TikTok for a TikTok Live. You can also join us over there as we have some really quite fabulous videos. It was now time to head to our final port. The final port is, of course, Southampton. Don't forget to hit that like, follow us for more, and press on the screen right now for a video all about our train journey in Mallorca.